beginning. First episode.
First episode. Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Excited. Got a good lineup going.
I did my plasma donation today.
Did you? How's that?
And it wasn't too bad. I always get cold near the end because they put saline in you,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is just salt water, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't if they put too much saline into you, it'll blow up your blood or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know much about that. But I went to the doctor yesterday, and they told me I had high salt. I had too much salt and cholesterol, and my heart rate was up.
And then they put more salt in you today, huh?
Yeah, so it's probably not great.
Not the greatest for you, but hey,
Yeah.
you're still here, so that's good.
Yeah, they said I had high blood pressure, and I told them well, my cat just died, my car just exploded, and I had to get a new truck. And I told him all this stressful shit, and he's like, "Are you on amphetamines?" I was like, "Not no." And he's like, "Okay," because he had my lab results, so I feel like they would have tested it.
Yeah.
And I definitely haven't taken anything recently.
Yeah.
I haven't even smoked pot with Sober October or drank. And he seemed to really think I was on meth or something. I think it was just from my heart rate.
Well, that doctor right there sounds a little racist, if you ask me.
The thing that's funny about that is this is like my Native American clinic that I go to, but he's Indian from the subcontinent area.
So he's not the real
yeah,
Indian.
he's like the wrong kind.
I see.
The thing that I was like, I don't know if I should listen to him because he's fat. I don't really trust fat doctors.
How can a fat guy talk about your cholesterol is the real question.
But really, it's can you really trust somebody to give you advice when they can't even take their own advice?
See, when I played sports in high school, that's what I always thought. We had a fat team doctor, and he would always be telling us stuff we're all does this guy know what he's talking about? Because he himself is not in shape.
It's the more southern a state is, the fatter their football coaches are.
Because I feel like we have the better fast food than northern places. Because what does the northern places have?
White Castle.
But they don't have Whataburger.
They don't have Whataburger.
Or they don't have. I don't know. They probably don't have a lot. Carl's Jr.
Every time, I feel like Alabama probably has the fattest football coach.
I would say so.
It's whatever team has the fatter coach is the better team. That's
in the South at least.
That's the key to a good football team is a fat coach.
Yeah, a fat coach and hot cheerleaders.
So if they had Andre the Giant as a coach, that would probably take them straight to I guess the Super Bowl's not called.
But the state championship type deal? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Should we do one of our first sponsors?
I guess, yes. Today's episode is brought to you by Ancestry.com. Peyton, can you tell us about it?
Well, you ever been to a family reunion?
I have a couple in my life.
And you ever play truth or dare with your cousins and it gets really intimate? And maybe there's a relationship that comes out of that.
Well, I'm not from that state, but yes, I do know people that have done that.
Well, if you're interested in that, there's Ancestry.com. And if you decide to have kids with, who knows, your cousin, your sister, maybe even your mom if you want to get super fucked up, it'll tell you how fucked up your kids are going to be and if it's safe to have kids.
So, thank you to Ancestry.com. So, let's get into our first topic here.
All right. I guess our first one is... I guess Saturday Night Live. Have you watched the first episode of the new season?
I have not watched the first episode of the new season. How was it?
They had, God, I can't think of his name. Something Wilson. From Wedding Crashers. Owen Wilson.
Owen
Wilson was the host.
Oh, okay.
But, yes. So, right here on this news article from Fox News, the season 47 premiere on October 7 pulled in 4.9 million total viewers in comparison to the season 46 premiere in 2022. That attracted over 8.2 million viewers. When the audience demographic was broken down, SNL ratings were down 47% with people between the ages of 25 through 54 and are down 50% with people between the ages of 18 through 49, compared to the comedy sketch show's 2020 premiere episode.
Okay. Okay.
It was, I mean, it was alright. Like, I feel like they
The
could have done better as a premiere,
premiere.
but
It
yeah,
wasn't as
they.
grand as the ones before.
No, and I think Owen Wilson's a good actor, but I feel like they could have done better. Because
Yeah.
usually, like, the first person, or like the premiere and the finale, are real great actors.
Hmm.
But I guess they could only get
I definitely think
Wilson.
Owen Wilson's more of a, like a, if the script's funny, he's gonna make it like a lot funnier. But if the script's not that funny, he's really not gonna bring much to the table type guy.
They had one good sketch where they were talking about car. Yeah, I guess I never realized Owen Wilson was in Cars. I guess I never realized he played Steve McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, you mean?
Oh yeah, Lightning McQueen. Yeah, Lightning McQueen. That guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you know that?
Looking back on it, I can definitely see
Because you
that.
can hear it
I
once I
can
watched that.
see that. I can see that now, but like definitely like if you would have like told me like beforehand, I'd been like, "Ooh." But I can definitely see that now.
They were because they were talking about like it was like a lot of like stuff he was afraid he was gonna get canceled for saying. Like he was talking to Mater and he was like, uh, or there was stuff where he's talking about like doing other cars that were like underage and stuff. And then they had when he was talking to Mater, he's like, Mater, you're real. Or he's like, Mater comes up to him. He's like, I heard you called me the R word. And then Owen Wilson's like, I don't feel comfortable saying this. And he's like, no, it's Rusty. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I did call you Rusty, Mater. He's like, I also heard you called me retarded. He's like, I don't feel comfortable saying this through the whole script.
SNL's not definitely not what it used to be, but
No, it's gone down. But I always enjoy the weekend update with
mm,
what are their names?
I forgot
I
their
can't
name.
remember their names. The white guy and the black guy.
Yeah,
Cookies and cream dream team.
yeah. I always liked SNL back in like I'd say like 2, 3 years ago. That's when like I think it was like the peak, like the fit,
Really?
like the anniversary they had like
Wow.
I forgot which
You
anniversary it
gotta
was.
remember like Chevy Chase was on there. Will Ferrell.
Will
Like that's where
Ferrell,
he got his big break.
Andy
Andy
Samberg.
Samberg. Yeah, yeah. Those were
There's
all
a
good
lot
ones.
of people. Yeah. What's the Jim Carrey,
Mm.
Matthew
No, I
McConaughey's?
don't. Did Jim Carrey get a start on there?
Yeah.
I thought he got a
Uh,
start at the Comedy Store.
he might have. Yeah, but
Because I know he was like an impersonator, and that's like what he did first was impersonations. And
hmm
Norm Macdonald, who recently died, was the
hmm
original person for the Weekend Update, and they actually showed a lot of his old clips on this new premiere.
Yeah. Now, let's look up the original cast here,
All right,
or let's look up SNL people that got their big break.
but yeah, they've definitely got a lot more woke recently. Especially, I could tell that on the last season. You know the Asian guy on there. I don't know his name.
The I think I know who you're talking about, but
They did a thing because you know how they had all like promoting the awareness of hate against Asian Americans. Since
yeah,
everyone was like, kill the Asians because they're bringing the COVID over.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, they blamed us for COVID and stuff.
And I guess you can relate to that
I
a little
can,
bit.
yes, a little bit, 50% of me. Yeah,
50%
yeah.
Japanese.
If we look at the people here that got their breaks on SNL, I mean,
Oh,
big
Bowen
names.
Yang is his name.
Bowen Yang,
Bowen
yeah.
Yang.
The big names here: Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy,
Oh, so you
that girl.
know, she was in Seinfeld. Julia Louis Dreyfus. Louis Dreyfus.
I never watched Seinfeld.
Oh, she was on Curb Your Enthusiasm on a few episodes. That show's really funny with Larry David. He was the main writer for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Um,
Mike Myers was on SNL. Ben Stiller,
I didn't realize he got his start on there.
Adam Sandler, yeah.
I know like Eddie, no, not Eddie Murphy. Chris Rock got his start on there, and then they like kicked him off.
Mm-hmm.
But then he ended up like getting super big after that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good thing for him.
Yeah, big people, big people.
But yeah, they did a thing last year where he came out. He's like, they made a joke, and he's like, but in serious news, we need to realize that Asians are being attacked. And he has this whole spill about it. I was like, because that's what people want. They want to like sit down and watch something funny and just have someone start talking about like racial issues.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then, do you know who Shane Gillis is?
I do not. Maybe if I saw a face.
He's a comedian. He's pretty new. Um, he was actually supposed to be a writer on there, but he ended up getting like canceled. He was one of the first people who got
Yeah,
canceled.
okay, I know who those guys. Yeah.
But yeah, he was supposed to be a writer on there.
Yeah. SNL. It's a classic though. You can't really like. I think it has gotten more like liberal. I would say.
I'm not even like I feel like they in a way they've always been liberal, but I think the term liberal has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's no longer about it's more about like promoting what people feel like would help with racial problems.
Yeah, because I remember like growing up on it, like there'd be like skits like about slavery and stuff, and they wouldn't think twice about like doing it. But now,
Oh yeah, I mean like the Will Ferrell shit, best. In my opinion, that was the best part of SNL with Will Ferrell.
And then Andy Samberg. Oh, I love Andy Samberg. He's so funny.
Did you watch the new season, or I guess it's the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I have not.
I
I need to catch up on it. I've seen I think all the way to there. Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be woke because they had shot like the last season, and then because of all the police violence, they had to change the whole season. So I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess I'll find out when I actually watch it.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, it's a funny show.
All right, what else we have?
What else we got here?
Oh yeah, Squid Games.
Squid Games, that's a big thing. Yeah.
So I haven't seen that yet.
Yes.
I know you've been talking about it.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people talking about it.
Well, right now it's on pace to be the highest, one of the highest viewed Netflix shows. Like it's gonna be one of the biggest.
What is the highest viewed Netflix show right now?
But it is such a good show. If you're into Korean shows, I guess.
Korean shows, yeah. I don't know if I've ever watched Korean shows.
I don't know. There's a lot of good ones here, but you got The Office.
Well, what's like an original? Because I feel is Squid Games an original on there?
Technically, yes. What's a good story about is the dude that wrote it. He actually wrote it 10 years ago. Bridgerton here, but he actually wrote it 10 years ago. But he got denied so many times.
He wrote like the screenplay.
Yeah, he wrote everything about it 10 years ago. But just recently, he's actually finally gotten he got it all approved, and now it's one of the highest Netflix viewed shows.
Isn't like Japanese and Korean television like the most violent television?
There's some violent parts. There's this one part. Do you mind spoilers?
No, I don't mind spoilers.
So there's
wait, okay. For the listeners, spoiler.
Yeah, listeners, spoiler alert here. But so their first game they play like these games to like. I don't want to get them into like the backstory, but they have to play these games, and they play red light, green light. And if you don't stop on red light, there's like this 50 cal like gunner just shoots you, and just blood goes everywhere.
I mean, what if we just started electing our politicians that way? We're like,
survival of the fittest?
All the members of Congress and have them play red light, green light. And then whoever makes it to the end is who's elected as the president.
Yeah.
Should we play the trailer?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the views.
Maybe like viewer rating?
Good games.
I feel like it has to be pretty good. Because it's just one of those things, like, everybody's talking about it.
This thing, it was released on September 17th, and I think
only a few weeks old.
Yeah, and everyone's been talking about it. I know the main like female actor in this. Before the show, she only had like 300,000 followers, but now she has like upwards of like 45 million followers. In like the week it's been popular.
I guess we should say that we're shooting this on October 5th.
Yeah.
So I don't know when this is actually going to get released, but just so people know.
October 5th, yes.
October 5th. And 2021.
2021, and it's been huge.
Earth.
Huge. Yeah, we'll look up the trailer for it here.
You gonna get your flu shot this year?
Do you have to get them every year?
No, I got mine yesterday though. I never got a flu shot before, and I got mine yesterday.
I got one last year.
Have you ever had the flu?
Yeah, about 3 years ago, I had it real bad. I had
In 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the flu in 2018.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was because me and my buddies, so we just ate at Twin Peaks, right? And on the way back, we're on the highway, and it was like winter time, so it was like freezing down here in the south.
That's what I like about Oklahoma. It's fucking like 110 degrees in
Yeah.
August, and then it's 0 degrees in January.
Yeah, so it was like 10 degrees outside. It was crazy. But so my friend had a bright idea. We're gonna play freeze out. So we all took our shirts off and rolled down the windows, and we had to sit there for as long as we could. And I think we got like 5 miles down before like, nah, we can't do this no more. And then the next day, all three of us had the flu.
I
And
got mine from my little brother because he was like throwing up on Christmas, and I got the day after Christmas.
that's rough.
And it lasted like almost 2 weeks. It was
Mhm.
so bad. Like, I had a fever so bad that I was actually hallucinating.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I was staying at my mom's during the holidays because I was living at the dorms in college at the time. And they had, I swear to God, I could hear her knocking on the door. And I was like, come in, come in. And then she, like, came in, like, an hour later. I was like, were you knocking on the door? And she's like, I've been at the store.
Huh.
And, like, no one else was in the house. I was like, I guess I was fucking hallucinating.
Damn, yeah. When I had my flu, it was 2 weeks before Christmas break, and so I got it, and then it lasted all the way till Christmas break, and it was bad. I could not move. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I did not recommend it. But we have the Squid Game trailer here. We'll play it.
I guess I'll watch it. See if it's interesting.
See if you recommend it to the viewers.
I don't know how well this is gonna be heard.
Yeah.
So it's all in Korean too, huh?
Well, there's English dubbed in it.
Oh, okay.
So like it'll be like English words, but like their mouths will be like.
Yeah, I don't really like that, to be honest.
It's funny. There's some funny like TikToks about it. Like there's just some funny stuff.
Like, I remember watching the dubbed Attack on Titan. I was like, I can't do it. I had to watch the actual Japanese just with the subtitles.
I mean, there's some good there's some good dubbed places that matches the mouths up pretty well, but
See, when you first described this to me, I thought you were talking about a real game show. I was like, there's no way there's a game show where they're just murdering people by the
hey,
masses.
Korea's crazy. You never know.
That sounds like a North. They probably do that in North Korea. That's like it. South Korea just made a show about what they're actually doing in North Korea. I mean, they're like, if you win, you get a loaf of bread for the year.
You won't get executed on your birthday type deal. I'll say there's some fine Korean women. So yeah.
I guess I'll try it out.
You should, so then our next podcast we can talk about it and I won't feel like I'm spoiling it to you, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Should we
Third?
Should we wait for another? Should we do another sponsor?
I think we should.
Oh, okay. I'll start it. You ever have a stressful day at work?
All the time, especially where we work. It's very stressful.
Well, there's an answer for that. Light beer.
Light beer. Tell me more.
So, if you're ever stressful at work, just after you get off, take a couple light beers. And maybe you have like some impotism
Impotism?
issues with your wife or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help. maybe it'll make your kids less annoying. You know, who knows? And if you keep drinking after a while, the effects will lose, but then you just drink before work, and you just kind of drink at work.
Hmm.
And, it might lead to alcoholism, but, I mean, there's bad parts to everything that's good, so I feel like that's a pretty good trade-off.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. Light beer.
Light
The
beer,
best beer.
the best.
The best beer. Yes. Now onto our next topic. Recently, Facebook and Instagram were shut down for a while, and Facebook, came out here and had to apologize for the mass outage that left billions of users unable to access Facebook or Instagram, plus like their like messaging apps they have.
That's what they're gonna apologize for.
Yeah.
I think out of all the stuff that Facebook does, like we're gonna ban people for. I heard, well, I guess it was Twitter. I think it was someone got banned for like referring to Caitlyn Jenner as a man, and they got
Yeah.
banned from Twitter. I was like, okay, but Facebook will apologize because their website was down for a little
Yeah.
bit.
And what's crazy is they said to all people and businesses around the world that depend on them, like who's depending on like Instagram to be working, Like
I mean, really, Facebook's more of a older person thing now. I feel.
I think the only time I ever go into Facebook is to see like what's on the marketplace they have.
Yeah, that or I don't have TikTok, but I'll watch the Facebook videos. I'll
Hmm.
watch a lot of like the cooking stuff on there.
Yeah, there's some stuff, yeah, but like for business wise though, I don't know who really is like said like, damn, Facebook's down, guys. We can go home. We can't do anything.
I think they apologized because like of the addiction. So many people are addicted to
Yeah.
Facebook.
I will say, yeah, sometimes at work I do just be on Instagram.
It's like old people too. Like my dad, as soon as it happened, he like texted me and he's like, "I can't believe Facebook got shut down. Did you hear about this?" He's probably going through withdrawals and stuff.
I will say I was confused why Instagram was down. To my girlfriend did tell me. Uh,
I feel like Facebook is like a worldwide drug dealer now because everyone's addicted to like social media.
that and they probably sell drugs on there.
I probably do. But I mean, they could probably be just like a heroin dealer and be like, if you want your Facebook back, you gotta have sex with me for it.
Yeah, be like, hey, do you want your Facebook back? You got to buy another ounce type deal.
Yeah.
Type deal. Yeah, but they said what caused it was they changed some configurations on the backbone routers, and the whole thing just messed it up. And like, my thought is like, how does that like happen? Like, you have probably like a multi-billion like computer like lab, like doing it all for you.
That's what I think about Walmart all the time. All the
Yeah.
stuff that goes wrong at Walmart. I'm like, this is probably $1 trillion company. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they make I like looked up. It says they're $1 billion company,
But you
but their
already.
revenue is like in the trillions.
I remember
So
one time I was looking at like a report that says how much we made, because the store manager showed us, and like we like the last week we made like 10 like million
yeah, just for
just
one store.
yeah just for our store, and it's like if that's just 1 week, like
Like
we
when I go get groceries, like not just shopping all around, but I get groceries, I spend like upwards of $200. So I
hmm
mean that makes sense, and I'm just a
yeah
broke college student.
yeah, and just think like someone goes buys a TV, that's 800 $1,500 right
Yeah,
there in Walmart's pocket. Because like really, how much do you think they pay like suppliers? I bet the suppliers pay them more than Walmart like pays out to suppliers.
oh yeah, definitely. I always wonder, do you think they make more money off their own products than they do like like the Great Value Oreos? They're
I
like $1, but then the Oreos are like $3.
see. I definitely think they make majority, but I think like all their money, like big money, comes from like big like companies like like Frito Lay. They have like Tostitos and all that. They put all their chips in there, so that's just I think one of the many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
I think our last topic coming up here maybe.
No, we have two.
We have two more.
Uh, the Catholic Church and the oil spill.
Yes, yes. So talk about the Catholic Church. I'm not too educated on it, but I read through some stuff.
Well, Catholic Church has always had their been known to have sex with children.
Yeah.
I think that's always been the weirdest thing, because out of you think of the Epstein Island, all that stuff is a big conspiracy. Everyone's like, and it's kind of everyone agrees that that was terrible. and
Yeah.
what Epstein did, but they were like, oh, all that needs to be shut down. All these people need to go to prison. But then the Catholic Church does it, and we're like, do better next time.
We're like, hey, at least you have Jesus on your side. Or what
Yeah,
do the
that's what they
Catholics
all do.
believe in? Don't they believe in like Mother Mary?
I think, like, kind of. I think they have like the Holy Trinity, though. Isn't that what they're like? God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Isn't that what the Holy Trinity is?
I mean, I know that's a big thing in Christianity. Yeah.
And then the Pope's always just like, yeah, this is bad. And people are like, yeah, that is bad. And then it's like, is anything actually done about it?
No, so yeah, they believe in God.
I
God
know they
created
believe
it.
in God.
Yeah.
Do, now, one thing do Jews believe in heaven? Is that a thing? And I
I think
don't
they
think
just
they have a
believe in
heaven.
the furnace.
The
The
furnace.
furnace is what I think they believe in, or something. I don't know, but hey,
But that's because I don't know. I've heard a lot of people like, I guess comedians who are Jewish be like, well, yeah, Jews don't go to hell, or no, I think they don't believe in hell. I think that's what it is.
yeah, they only can go to heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a Jewish thing only.
Yeah.
Jewish or Judaism is such a weird religion because it's like a country club.
Yeah.
Like Christians go door to door, but like Jews don't want people to become
Yeah, they're
Jews
just
anymore.
like, unless you're born into it, it's like very hard to like get into it.
It's such a weird thing too because it's like, is it a race? Is it a religion? Is it
Yeah.
ethnicity?
Because if you really look at it, like if you look like on a map where all they are, it's like what, like Central Europe?
I mean, they're kind of everywhere because kind of everywhere they go, people kind of just kick them out and then they go somewhere new.
Honestly though, yeah.
But what was? I guess we should read what the article says about what happened.
Uh, Pretty much, it looks like
It
they
was a
found.
yeah, it was a lot of children.
Yeah, they found
And this was in
abuse of.
France too. This was in the French Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But I feel like don't French people like aren't they allowed to have sex with kids? Isn't that kind
I
of
think if like the Pope allows it, I mean they can do
yeah?
whatever they
The
want.
French are
Speaking of the Pope,
very
is it the
sexual
same
people.
Pope that's been like?
Pope Francis.
Is that still the Pope?
Yeah, he's been the Pope for like the last 10 years or something. Like I
He's
remember in middle school when they like elected him as the Pope.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Queen, you know. It's like you can never get rid of him.
Yeah, he's the first Pope to not be from Europe though. He's
Mm,
from like Argentina, I
like
think.
Indiana.
Indiana.
He's from like Indiana.
Yeah, that's what we need. But what if we had the next Pope is from not even Indiana, but like from Georgia?
Some like really Southern guy that's like a mass, like he's not really like Catholic at all, but he's like,
It's
you
just a
know,
Baptist. The Baptist should take over the
that's what
church.
I'm
Maybe
saying.
that's the changes we need to see in the Catholic Church is the
Yeah.
Baptist.
Yeah.
Have like, or even, what if we had, and it would go with the woke culture too, a black Baptist Pope. And any time that people will have a news conference, he just has a whole choir out there and they just sing.
But it's like one of those like black church choirs that are like really loud.
Because who doesn't like watching a bunch of like black Christians like and
Praise
just
the Lord.
dancing, praise the Lord,
Praise the Lord.
dancing, or they get like really into it and they start having seizures while they're like they feel the presence of God and they're like oh
All I'm saying is if the Pope or the even the Queen, if the next one's not black, I think they're gonna get canceled and
yeah
just
they
like
should just get rid of the whole monarchy.
I think the Catholic Church, if the next one's not black, I think it's just gonna all the
Well,
Instagram women polls,
who
GoFundMe's.
is it? Prince Harry that lives in the U.S.
Yeah, he
now,
lives in like LA.
and his wife is
It's like
like
a Meghan Markle.
she's quote unquote black.
She's some. Did they get divorced? I want to say
I
they
don't
got
think they
divorced.
did, but she's like I think people are saying like the monarchy was racist and that's why they got like see she doesn't even look black, but I heard someone saying like she
Yeah.
is black. Like how many like how black how much African American DNA do you have to be actually black? Because I mean, if you're like half and half, definitely.
Yeah.
Like Chris
Yeah.
Brown, Drake, they're definitely black.
Yeah, and like
Like, at
Kanye.
what point can you not say the N word
I
anymore?
feel like if your like skin tone is lighter than like a tan white guy.
What if you're 100% black, but you're albino? Can you say the N word?
Ooh, that's a good question. Have you ever seen albino people? They're scary.
I've seen gingers, but not
Albino
actual
people are
albino.
scary people.
Do they have red eyes? Is that a real thing?
No, they have like light blue eyes.
Oh, I heard they have like red eyes or
No, they're
something.
like eyes and face just like go together. It's bad.
Yeah, I think a great way to tell is ancestry.com.
Yes, back to
Because
the
if you're
sponsor.
black and you want to be with a black cousin, it'll tell you.
A
It would probably tell
brother.
you how,
Yeah.
yeah, brother
A
or a
brother.
sister.
A neighbor, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll tell you how black you are, and that you probably get that information too with it. It's just like Ian. He's a quarter Mexican, but
Yeah.
is he actually Mexican?
See, because if you look at him, he does look like a construction worker, but he's like white.
Yeah, I can definitely see him roofing some houses.
Yeah. But back to the Prince Harry thing is they didn't get divorced, but the king or someone, whoever I don't think they have a king. The Prince of Wales told him to divorce Meghan Markle, but just she got him on a leash or something, so he's like, nah.
I think he's probably stupid. And she can
Do you think they still get like funds from like the royal family since they're like not considered in it
like
anymore?
the royal family is one of the most or richest families because they
Yeah.
bought like a lot of the land when they gave the land up to like
Hmm.
India and stuff. They
Yeah.
bought a lot of the land in India. Only $2.2 million.
Meghan Markle, yeah, because if they're not getting money, I guess we'll look at Prince Harry's net worth too. But because I don't think Meghan Markle like does like anything like
She's
significant in.
she's like a symbol for like wokeness. I think.
Well, he's 40 million, so he has to have
So
assets somewhere.
how is he worth 40 million?
He
And
probably
she's 2.2. Or do they keep their money separate?
probably. I bet he invested in Bitcoin.
She
In
probably
his
had it. He probably had her signed a prenup before they got
probably
married.
shit. Do you
That's
think?
probably a royalty thing. If you marry outside of royalty, it's an automatic
Because you have
prenup.
to think like, what if she just like came in there and was like, nah, I'm dipping, and then like 50% of the like royal family's like wealth is just hers now. Like she owns like half of England.
And he's Prince Diana's son, isn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah. I wonder if he's fucked up from that. How old was he? How old do you think he was when she died? She died in like the 70s?
yeah. How old was she?
Or was it? No, maybe in the
How
90s.
old was Princess Diana?
She was pretty young. I think the whole monarchy thing is weird. Like these people oppressed them for like centuries, and now
She
they're
was only
like,
36.
yeah, that's pretty young.
That's yeah. And just think they're all in like in speaking of
Inbred?
yeah, they're all inbred. Speaking of
Yeah,
ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com. That
Apparently
I bet the Ancestry.com would be perfect for the royal
they
family.
probably would use this thing.
I wish because have you ever heard of like the Habsburg chin?
Yeah.
Yeah, look up the picture of the Habsburg chin. Everybody just fucking their family.
Habsburg.
Because I know that Habsburg was like Austria.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, look at that shit.
imagine how more progressive we'd be if we didn't have a bunch of inbred people ruling
That's
the
like all of
modern
like
world for 1,000 years.
cause just think, cause like like people like did like renderings of what King Tut would look like, and he had like a cleft foot.
Was
He's
he
like
inbred?
yeah, like the whole
Oh,
royal family of
wow,
Egypt was.
that was thousands and thousands.
Yeah,
That was
his
probably
like
BC.
his like knees didn't work, and same with like Cleopatra. Apparently, like her like the only like good thing about her was like her face, and like everything else was kind of deformed.
I think it's funny. Anytime you see that picture of Cleopatra, she was white. It's
Yeah,
like the Jesus thing.
yeah, it's
Jesus
kind
is
of like
always
they're from
white.
the Middle East. Like, come on
Do you
now.
know why Jesus is white?
Why?
Because the I want to say it was the Pope at that time commissioned a painting of Jesus, and the artist was having sex with his nephew. And it was like a gay thing, but they had based the what like that nephew of the Pope. I want to say it was the Pope. I'm not 100% sure on it, but it was what he had looked like. So it was actually just some white, like the nephew of the Pope is what everybody sees as Jesus. You ever watched the show Black Jesus?
No,
You ever heard of it? I think it
no.
was on Comedy Central. I watched a few episodes. There's some funny parts to it, but it's one of those Comedy Central shows that aren't super funny.
Yeah.
They're like, you ever watch Wilfred? I think that was on FX.
Yeah.
I didn't really like
I
Wilfred.
didn't either. The only Black Jesus experience I have is on South Park.
Mm,
You know what I'm talking about?
South Park's great.
I want to say it's South Park. I'm pretty sure it's South Park.
That sounds like something South Park would
I
do.
remember there's like episode and like kind of came in here and there is like about Black Jesus.
Yeah, they probably definitely do that. I can't wait for their new season to come out.
Hmm.
I will wait to see
I think I'm
what
gonna
they
start
do.
rewatching it like from the beginning because I have HBO Max now and all of them's
There's
on
like,
there.
how many, isn't there like 40 something seasons?
I can
No, it's like 20 something, I think.
I
But
can
yeah, there's a
tell you.
lot. I think, did you watch their pandemic specials? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are pretty
Yeah.
funny. Everyone, I think it's, they didn't really tackle the vaccine thing, right? Because everyone was like there was like an underground market for vaccines, but
Yeah.
now it's just like forcing people to get vaccines.
Yeah. There's 24 seasons of it. Yeah, that's
24
crazy.
seasons. All right, and then we also have the California oil spill that's going on right now.
Yeah, it's 100 feet and had 13-inch split.
I mean, how bad is that? What was the big? When was that big one that happened in the Gulf of Mexico?
Oh, I had read a paper on it. It was the I have it in my
Is that the one with the Mark Wahlberg movie was based off of?
Yeah, I have it in my files, my paper I have written on it, but it was big.
That's when like Dawn soap blew up because they're like Dawn soap doesn't only clean dishes, but it also cleans oil-soaked birds.
Yeah, it was Deepwater Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if I think I watched part of that, but I don't know if I watched.
Yeah, I'd have read a whole paper on it, and I just watched the movie pretty much on it. Hey, got an A on it, but it was insane. But pretty much the only reason that one happened was because like they were pouring concrete, and the dudes were like too lazy to like measure it, so they just kind of eyeballed it, and then there was this big ass crack in it, and then water got in it, expanded, blew up, and just it went everywhere.
Do you think you can frack the ocean, or is that only a land thing? I wonder if they'll start fracking the ocean.
Probably will. No one knows. But
Let's see. It says a 4,000-foot section of California oil pipeline that spewed more than 100,000 gallons of oil into the Pacific Ocean was displaced laterally about 105 feet and had
how many gallons was
13
it?
100,000 gallons.
100,000. Yeah. So that's but if you think about it, like 100,000's a lot, but the Deepwater Horizon one was 134 million gallons.
That's like more than what 100 times.
I think
more
they
than
like counted as like what do they call tornadoes? Like a natural disaster. That's what they like classify.
I wouldn't call that a natural disaster.
That's what they
That was
classify.
caused by a corporation.
Yeah, but that's what they classify. It was that
It's like
bad.
saying that Amazon employees have to pee in Gatorade bottles is a natural disaster. That's another thing they tackled on SNL was they had all the Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Richard Branson all in space.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos like handing out Gatorade bottles to a delivery person he had.
Yeah, that's crazy. But also crazy thing about Deepwater Horizon, I bet they made all that money back they lost, like probably within the next year or two.
Oh yeah, my second cousin's. I mean, I don't know how the whole second cousin thing works.
Yeah.
Maybe I would know through
Ancestry.com. Going back to it. Yeah.
Man, this is a great sponsor for
This
Ancestry.com.
is. Thank you, Ancestry.
But I know I have a second cousin who owns an oil company, and then his son just gets $5,000 every week as an allowance, and that's what he lives off of.
Damn.
He's got a nice house. I think in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Jeez, Edmond's probably the nicest place in Oklahoma to live.
I wouldn't say the nicest.
I would say they have the nicest parts. Like
for a big city, yeah. But like, I mean, like Arcadia is probably nicer than Edmond. Because my grandpa lives in Arcadia, and he's got a giant ass.
Yukon ranked like top like 50 in the world or in the United States, the like nicest cities to live in.
Yeah, that's where my grandpa lives, so I've been through there. But he always complains about the cops. He said he's gotten a lot of tickets there. Mostly driving through the lake, Overholser.
Yeah, it gets crazy over there.
You know, someone got shot. It was like a friend of my grandma's son. Like got shot on the Lake Overholser thing.
I remember here in Stillwater, my girlfriend was telling me, I didn't live here yet, but like 2 years ago, they found like 3 bodies in Lake Boomer.
In Lake Boomer?
Yeah, they found like 3 bodies like back to back to back, and they never like arrested anyone for them, but they just like randomly found them.
Wow. I remember you were telling me about where did they find out? They found a body recently at a trailer park or something here.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Well, I haven't heard anything else about it, but apparently a bunch of students
Let's
saw.
look it up. See if there's some information on it.
Yeah, but apparently they found a body in the trailer park by the university, but I haven't heard anything.
You know what? I don't think they ever find like who actually did it. I think there has to be a clear motive. If there's not a clear motive, they're not gonna fucking find out.
Yeah,
It's not like
I feel like if it was just like
it's
someone.
never. Everyone expects it to be like an episode of Law and Order, where they think like Olivia Benson's gonna solve who raped this girl, and then they usually just probably blame it on a minority.
Yeah, I definitely think like if it was just like someone just randomly getting shot, if it's not on camera, they're not gonna find it.
Did you hear Apple might do a thing where they're gonna like start looking through your photos to look for
like
so I
child.
I kind of get that, like looking for child pornography, like that's great, but like what else are they gonna see? I don't want them to see. I don't want them to see all my pictures.
So it looks like this year alone, there's been 5 murders.
I remember, yeah, because I remember when I first moved out here, there was like a shooting. I was like, man, when I think of Stillwater, I don't think of shooting.
Well, I know,
other than just some cowboys.
I know the Walmart in Guthrie got shot up like during the.
Guthrie's not a good city though. Guthrie's pretty shitty though.
I will say I do like driving through Guthrie though.
I don't drive because it's an old town. It's Oklahoma's original capital.
I do like that, but besides that, Guthrie's kind of real shitty. But
total crimes over 2,000 just for this year.
I
What's
think,
a crime though? Like if I walk out of Walmart.
I think it's like jaywalking. I think they have like crimes.
Or I guess, I mean, I don't know. I mean, isn't a crime something that you go to jail for? Because if it's like decriminalized, you can still get a ticket for it. You know how like marijuana is decriminalized in a lot of states, but you still get a ticket for it.
Yeah.
Like it's decriminalized here, but if you don't have a medical card, you can still get in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think they just give you a ticket, and they might take your pot away. I guess we can't find anything on that shooting though.
Yeah.
Did you look up trailer park? Maybe that one. Do you know what the trailer park was called?
No. Let's look at both. I'll try to find the Boomer. Stillwater Lake Boomer. See if I can find anything on that, because it was crazy too. We find a man.
Say he was on his kayak?
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
Well, I want one of those.
Paddle boards?
Yeah, the paddle boards.
Well,
I see those out on McMurtry.
You can rent them there.
Yeah, I know. They're expensive.
Yeah.
I got a canoe. It's all the way out in Kansas.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to. Apparently, you're not supposed to swim in Lake Boomer anymore.
That I've never seen.
Well, you're not supposed to. That because also.
I saw the other day I was walking around. I saw someone swimming, but it was 2 dogs. I guess a guy just let his dogs in the water to go swim.
Yeah, because another thing because my girlfriend lived here most of all of her life pretty much. Another thing is apparently like it was like 5-6 years ago. A guy let piranhas in Lake Boomer. And they had to put like another invasive species of like fish in there to go kill the piranha.
Piranhas are freshwater, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they live in like the Amazon.
Yeah.
The thing about piranhas though is they don't eat like living stuff. Like that's like a common misconception.
They only eat like dead things.
Yeah, you see like I think it was like Austin Powers and stuff. They were lowering people to a cage of piranhas, but they only eat dead stuff.
Yeah,
so it's not like that big of a deal.
But apparently they still put other fish in there so you can only fish in there now.
I'd be more scared of like paddlefish and gar. Have you seen like the alligator gar?
Yeah. I'll pull the picture here, but.
So yeah, the alligator gar. Ridiculous. I didn't even know that we had alligators in Oklahoma until like recently.
Yeah, but aren't they only like in like specific spots?
Yeah, it's in southeast Oklahoma because there's like a big swampland down there. But I guess a lot of it got destroyed through like. Yeah, look at the teeth on that motherfucker.
Bro, that thing. Like the Tulsa Aquarium.
Yeah, because I told you I was at the Medicine Park Aquarium and they had no, it was a paddlefish I showed you a picture of.
Well,
They had little gar. They had the little gar. And when I was in the Arkansas River on the canoe, I caught one, and I had it. I was trying to pull it in, but it snapped my line. And I wanted to get a picture of it.
In my family's like pond, we have they had a gar in there. Like when we bought the house and like they stocked the pond. They never like fished though, but they stocked it, and they had a gar in there. And like sometimes all you'd see like the back of the gar come up,
Yeah, you
and
see them
it would
like
be
that.
fucking terrifying because
I
we're like, what
know.
is that? That's gigantic. So we'd always throw a line over there, and we never caught it. Finally, it like showed up on like the shore because it just died of old age, I guess. And
Have you seen some of the snapping turtles we have here?
yeah,
Those things
fuck.
are huge.
Oh my, let's see if I can find this.
Yeah, I had my grandpa show me a picture of one they had found in the swamps in the southeast part. And I was like, there's no way that thing, because I didn't think it was real, or even it found in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's almost the size of the guy holding it.
Jeez.
But yeah, those will take your hands off if
Mm,
you put it in the wrong spot.
yeah, let me see. My girlfriend sent me this TikTok, and this like snapping turtle's head was like the size of like it was like probably the size of like a small like adult. Like it was.
I feel like Oklahoma, for like a state that has no border to the ocean, has some of the biggest fish in it. I saw some
Yeah.
this picture of a catfish that was the size of like a 10-foot canoe. Like holy
Yeah.
crap! I wonder if that would taste good. I feel like big catfish probably don't taste great. It's
I
like
love
hogs, like
some
if
like
you kill a
fried
hog.
catfish though is like the greatest thing.
Oh yeah, but I mean that I feel like that's an Oklahoma thing. Like
Did you ever go to Catfish Cove?
Catfish Cove, I fucking love
Oh my
Catfish Cove
lord, Catfish
because they
Cove was
had crab, didn't they? Yeah, they had crab legs, and
yeah,
you could
and it was
pay.
like a buffet. You would just pay
Yeah,
like $10 and it would all you can eat
was it 10?
catfish.
That was like 20.
I
That
think
was
it
even
was.
lower.
It might have been like 15,
But
20.
their bread pudding, I fucking love their
Oh
bread
my
pudding.
god, it was so good.
That's the thing about Oklahoma food; it's so unhealthy. That's why we like. I think Tulsa is like one of the most unhealthy cities in the U.S.
Yeah.
Everyone's fat, and Oklahoma is one of the fattest states too. We're like top 10.
Yeah. We're like as a country like number one.
I think we are number one because every other country. I've heard of people like foreigners like I see fat people and I think, how do they get like that? I'm just trying to think where my next meal comes from.
Honestly, that's just life of us being poor though. I can't find it, but oh my, oh my.
All right, should we go and do our last sponsor?
Last sponsor here. I'll let you do this one.
All right. So I got the vaccine. You
I
got the
I got the
vaccine.
vaccine.
I think we can all admit that the vaccine is not what we thought it was
You know,
going to be. I think it was like, okay, everyone's going to get the vaccine and this pandemic's going to end, but it's still almost a year later after the vaccine came out.
because just think, the vaccine came out, then what else came out? The Delta variant,
Yeah,
which
well, I think it's. I'm going to say this. Now, don't judge me for it, audience. But I think the vaccine caused the Delta variant.
okay,
Because a lot of doctors say, and yeah, do you ever watch The Big Bang Theory?
yeah,
You know the girl who plays Amy.
yeah.
So she's like actually a neuroscientist in real life.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
So she came out and she was hosting Jeopardy, and she got in trouble because she came out and said that vaccines aren't like as effective as you think, because it actually causes the virus to mutate more. It actually
Mm,
affects unvaccinated people because, like, if you're unvaccinated and you get the Delta variant, you're fucked, especially
yeah,
if you're unhealthy. That's why I take all those vitamins later, especially my vitamin D.
look like a pillhead over
I
there.
know. I take like 10 vitamins a day, but I
Yeah,
just do what Joe Rogan tells me to do. Which we're supposed to have Joe Rogan on as our first guest, but we actually only allow vaccinated people on our show.
so
So
yeah,
he was
so
not able to make it out tonight. He was very disappointed, but we had to let him know you have
yeah.
to get vaccinated.
And hey, he said he might just to come out here. So
Yeah. But our sponsor is if, we all thought the vaccine was great, and maybe you don't want the vaccine anymore. So we have the reversing, which is actually a shot that they put in you, and it kills all things that the vaccine did to you. It's great because I kind of want it because I never got my second bonus at Walmart for
mm,
getting the vaccine. So I mean I might get the reversing in
and
a
then
protest way.
hey, and there you go.
And this is only available From your uncle's shop. You
Yes.
can only buy it at an uncle's shop.
An
So
uncle shop, so.
So if you have an uncle who lives alone, he's 40, and he only wears Metallica
And
shirts.
has a Camaro.
Yeah, like a 1979 Camaro.
That probably doesn't have like any like leather on the
No,
seats.
and he just puts $1,000 into it every week to fix it, and that's all his money. You probably go there. He's probably got a bucket with some of that reversing in it. Just take a little dirty syringe and inject it right in you, and hopefully that'll fix the vaccine issue.
And there we go. So thank you for coming to the first TP
Yeah,
podcast.
first one.
I'm T,
First
he's
appearance.
P.
I'm P.
There we go. You guys have a wonderful day.
It's the beginning. First episode.
First episode. Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Excited. Got a good lineup going.
I did my plasma donation today.
Did you? How's that?
And it wasn't too bad. I always get cold near the end because they like put like saline in you,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is just salt water, isn't it?
Yeah. Can't if they put too much saline into you, it'll like blow up your blood or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know much about that. But I went to the doctor yesterday, and they told me I had like high salt. I had too much salt and cholesterol, and my heart rate was up.
And then they put more salt in you today, huh?
Yeah, so it's probably not great.
Not the greatest for you, but hey,
Yeah.
you're still here, so that's good.
Yeah, they said I had high blood pressure, and I told them like, well, my cat just died, my car just exploded, and I had to get a new truck. And I told him all the stressful shit, and he's like, "Are you on amphetamines?" I was like, "Not no." And he's like, "Okay," because he had my lab results, so I feel like they would have tested it,
Yeah,
and I definitely haven't taken anything recently.
yeah.
I haven't even smoked pot with Sober October or drank. And yeah, he seemed to really think I was on meth or something. I think it was just from my heart rate.
Well, that doctor right there sounds a little racist, if you ask me.
The thing that's funny about that is this is like my Native American clinic that I go to, but he's Indian from like the subcontinent area.
So he's not the real
Yeah,
Indian.
he's like the wrong kind.
I
And
see.
the thing that like I was like, I don't know if I should listen to him because he's fat. I don't really trust fat doctors.
How
It's
can a
like
fat guy talk about your cholesterol? Is the real question.
But really, it's like, can you really trust somebody to give you advice when they can't even take their own advice?
See, when I played sports in high school, that's what I always thought. We had a fat, like team doctor, and he would always be like telling us stuff. Like we were all like, "Does this guy know what he's talking about?" Because he himself is not in shape.
It's like the more southern a state is, like the fatter their football coaches are.
Because I feel like we have the better fast food than northern places. Because what does the northern places have?
White Castle.
But they don't have Whataburger.
They don't have Whataburger.
Or they don't have.
Southern thing.
I don't know. They probably don't have a lot.
No,
Carl's
every time,
Jr.
Like every time, I feel like Alabama probably has like the fattest football coach.
I would say
Like
so.
it's like whatever team has the fatter coach is like the better team. That's
Yeah,
the
in the
key
South at least.
That's the key to a good football team is a
Yeah.
fat coach.
Yeah, a fat coach and hot cheerleaders.
So if they had like Andre the Giant as
Mhm.
a coach, that would probably take them straight to. Well, I guess the Super Bowl's not college.
But the state championship type
Yeah.
deal, yeah,
you know
I can
more
see
about
that.
football.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Should we do one of our first sponsors?
I guess, yes. Today's episode is brought to you by Ancestry.com. Peyton, can you tell us about it?
Well, you ever been to like a family reunion
I have a couple in my life.
and you ever like play truth or dare with your cousins and it gets really intimate and maybe there's a relationship that comes out of that?
Well, I'm not from that state, but yes, I do know people that have done that.
Well, if you're interested in that, there's Ancestry.com. And if you decide to have kids with, who knows, your cousin, your sister, maybe even your mom if you want to get super fucked up, it'll tell you how fucked up your kids are going to be and if it's safe to have kids.
So thank you to Ancestry.com. So let's get into our first topic here.
All right. I guess our first one is Oh wait. Oh, I guess Saturday Night Live. Have you watched the first episode of the new season?
I have not watched the first episode of the new season. How was it?
They had God, I can't think of his name. Something Wilson from Wedding Crashers. Owen Wilson.
Oh, and
Yeah, Owen
oh,
Wilson was the
he's
he
like,
was the host.
oh, okay. And
But yes, so right here on this news article from Fox News, the season 47 premiere on October 7 pulled in 4.9 million total viewers in comparison to the season 46 premiere in 2022 that attracted over 8.2 million viewers. When the
yeah,
audience demographic was broken down, SNL ratings were down 47% with people between the ages of 25 through 54 and are down 50% with people between the ages of 18 through 49 compared to the comedy sketch show's 2020 premiere episode.
okay.
It was I mean it was all right. Like I feel like they
Really?
could have done better as a premiere,
Premiere.
but
It
yeah,
wasn't as
they
grand as the ones before.
no. And I think Owen Wilson's a good actor, but I feel like they could have done better. Because
Yeah.
usually like the first person or like the premiere and the finale are real great actors.
hmm
But I guess they could only get
I
Owen
definitely think
Wilson.
Owen Wilson's more of a like a if the script's funny, he's gonna make it like a lot funnier. But if the script's not that funny, he's really not gonna bring much to the table type guy.
They had one good sketch where they were talking about car. No, yeah, I guess I never realized Owen Wilson was in Cars. I guess I never realized he played Steve McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, you mean?
Oh yeah, Lightning McQueen. Yeah, Lightning McQueen. That guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
did you know that?
Looking back on it, I can definitely see
Because you
that.
can hear it
I
once I
can
watched that.
see that. I can see that now, but like definitely like if you would have like told me like beforehand, I'd been like, "Ooh." But I can definitely see that now.
They were because they were talking about like it was like a lot of like stuff he was afraid he was gonna get canceled for saying. Like he was talking to Mater and he was like uh or there was stuff where he's talking about like doing other cars that were like underage and stuff. And then they had when he was talking to Mater, he's like, Mater, you're real or he's like Mater comes up to me, he's like, I heard you called me the R word and then Owen Wilson's like, I don't feel comfortable saying this and he's like, no, it's Rusty. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, I did call you Rusty, Mater. He's like, I also heard you called me retarded. He's like, I don't feel comfortable saying this through the whole skit.
SNL's not definitely not what it used to be, but
No, it's gone down. But I always enjoy the weekend update with
mhm.
oh, what are their names?
I
I
forgot their
can't
name.
remember. The white guy and the black guy.
Yeah,
Cookies and cream dream team.
yeah. I always liked SNL back in like I'd say like 2, 3 years ago. That's when like I think it was like the peak, like the fit,
Really?
like the anniversary they had like I forgot which
You
anniversary it
gotta
was.
remember, like Chevy Chase was on there. Will Ferrell,
Will
like that's where
Ferrell,
he got his break.
Andy
Andy
Samberg.
Samberg, yeah, yeah, those were
There's
all
a
good
lot
ones.
of people. Yeah. What's the Jim Carrey,
Mm.
Matthew
No, I
McConaughey's
don't. Did Jim Carrey get a start on there?
yeah.
I thought he got a start
Uh,
at the Comedy Store
he might have, yeah, but
because I know he was like an impersonator, and that's like what he did first was impersonations. And
hmm
Norm Macdonald, who recently died, was the
hmm
original person for the Weekend Update, and they actually showed a lot of his old clips on this new premiere.
yeah. Now, let's look up the original cast here,
All right.
or let's look up SNL people that got their big break.
But yeah, they've definitely got a lot more woke recently. Especially, I could tell that on the last season. You know the Asian guy on there. I don't know his name.
The I think I know who you're talking about, but
They did a thing because you know how they had all like promoting the awareness of hate against Asian Americans. Since
yeah,
everyone was like, kill the Asians because they're bringing the COVID over.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, they blamed us for COVID and stuff.
And I guess you can relate to that
I
a little
can,
bit.
yes, a little bit, 50% of me. Yeah,
50%.
Yeah.
Japanese.
If we look at the people here that got their breaks on SNL, I mean,
Oh,
big
Bowen
names.
Yang is his name.
Bowen Yang,
Bowen
yeah.
Yang.
But big names here: Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy,
Oh, so
that girl.
she was in Seinfeld. Julia Louis Dreyfus. Louis Dreyfus.
I never watched Seinfeld.
Oh, she was on Curb Your Enthusiasm on a few episodes. That show's really funny with Larry David. He was the
Yeah.
main writer for